For the question number one, explain the concept of development communication. Development communication gives empowerment to people through careful planning and management. The main goal is to create better lives for the society who needed it the most. It simply states that through the use of different communication tools, people can facilitate or find ways to discover solutions to a certain societal problem and bring improvement and growth for both economic and social development. I understand the full context and the message of development communication. It is all about making people realize the importance of social change. Through the change process, people will gradually discern that the use of communication for development is very vital to influence people in order to have a progress in community, to change for the better, and improve for more social advancement. The main message involved are intended to transform the behavior of people that brings improvement on their quality of life. Discuss the uniqueness and similarities of DevCom with their allied fields. Mass communication. Mass communication is media-centric, source-oriented, and has a broader audience. DevCom can use any available media so long as the development purpose is served and it has a more specific audience group. Communication arts. Com arts acculturates men fulfills higher order needs. DevCom teaches man how to fulfill his basic needs. Advertising. Advertising is one-way goal to persuade the customer to buy a product. DevCom offers several options to encourage the individual to make their own decision. And lastly, agricultural extension. Agricultural extension was born in the West. Its concern is limited to agriculture. DevCom was born in the Third World, and agriculture is one of its concerns. Relate how development communication started as a field of study. The practice of development communication began in the 1940s, but widespread application came about after World War II. The advent of communication sciences in the 1950s included recognition of the field as an academic discipline led by Daniel Lerner, Wilbur Schramm, and Everett Rogers. Both Childers and Cabral stressed that development communication includes all means of communication ranging from mass media from people to people. According to Cabral in 1975, the most important feature of the Philippine-style development communications is that the government is the chief designer and administrator of the Master of Development Plan, where in development communication in this system, and this is purposive, persuasive, goal-directed, audience-oriented, and interventionist by nature. Give an example of how DevCom is implemented. As a field of study, communication includes the various ways in which humans communicate. It focuses on how verbal and non-verbal messages are used to create meanings in multiple contexts using several media platforms. BS DevCom offers a broad range of subject matter. It ranges from communication, natural and social sciences, and other technical courses such as health, agriculture, and the environment. It also includes the study of communication in interpersonal relationships, cultures, groups, and organizations. One of the examples of development communication was farm radio forums in Canada. From 1941 to 1965, farmers met in groups each week to listen to special radio programs. There were also printed materials and prepared questions to encourage group discussion. At first, this was a response to the Great Depression and the need for increased food production in World War II. But the forums also dealt with social and economic issues. This model of adult education or distance education was later adopted in India and Ghana. Thank you for listening.